Hello there, and welcome to Calazaki's Backlog Delta Extravaganza Bird's Eye Fish Fingers Variety Show. In this video, I'm using TrueTrophies.com to track my backlog. I've sorted all my started/abandoned games by completion percentage, and some of them are embarrassingly low. For example, Sniper Elite 4 is at 1.96%. So what's the goal of this video? I want to raise the completion percentage of all 30 games to 23.09%. So why that oddly specific number? Hitting that number means every single game on page 2 will jump onto page 1, and all the current page 1 games will leapfrog even further down. It's like giving my whole trophy portfolio a promotion. In the trophy hunting world, so much focus is on chasing the platinum, but sometimes we get so locked in on the 100%, we forget to enjoy the experience. This challenge is about spreading the love across 30 different games from my backlog. These could be from 5 or 10 or even more years ago. So here are the rules. Rule 1. The challenge starts September 1st at midnight and ends September 30th at midnight. Rule 2. I'll be working on 30 different games throughout the month. Rule 3. Every single one needs to hit 23.09% completion or higher. And number 4 rule, of course, is to have fun. This is my most ambitious video to date. I'm going to be recording on 30 different days and compiling it all together for your entertainment. So if you want to see me battle my backlog, and maybe I can give you some inspiration to do that too, please hit like and subscribe so I know that you would like a part 2. Thank you. Alright, so that's everything said, so I'll see you tomorrow for day 1, September 1st. So I was thinking about how to tackle this first day, so I came to the True Trophies website and sorted my trophies by easiest to hardest on a ratio, and a bunch of Helldivers 2 trophies were on the top, so I thought it might be a good way to get into it because Helldivers 2 is also at the end. I've got the most percentage on Helldivers 2 out of any of the games this month. So it's day 1 at 9:33 p.m. I've just finished up my job and I've got about an hour or less than that to try and jump in and see if I can get any trophies. So even if I get one, it's gonna work towards my goal. Let's do it. Okay, so I ended up playing Helldivers 2 for a bit more than I wanted, but I couldn't play that Planet Defense style thing, so I had to try other ways to get trophies. I managed to get like 4 trophies in the game tonight, so I feel like that will get me over 23.09% for the True Trophies goal. If that is the case, then I can check this one off on day 1, which is great. So let's have a look. I got the Helldivers trophies. So these are all of the trophies I earned today. I extracted after the timer reached 0. I killed 150 enemies in the same mission. I just kept running round and round in circles because I was trying to get that other trophy for doing the 0 time. Also got Eat This for coming up right next to a bug warrior and shooting it in the face of a shotgun. Not bad actually. I thought that was going to be way harder to get, maybe because I was on easier difficulty. And then I did the nighttime one. I think that's just random whenever it happens, but it happened. I tried to get the other one for collecting the 15 samples, but I was missing one point, and then as you might see in the video, I fell down a hole. I fell down a hole and lost the other ones because they're at the bottom of the hole, so I couldn't get them again. So let's have a look to see if I got over that 23.09%. I started the night with Helldivers 2 at 15.38%. Did I end up making it? There it is, Helldivers 2, 25.64%. I went up over 10%, which is awesome. So there we go, Helldivers 2 is actually at 25.64%, but I had fun with the game and it looks like I won't have to come back to that for another while. So anyway, that's the end of day 1. Let's see what happens in day 2. Alright, so it's day 2. Day 1 went pretty well, but today I've just got home from work. It is 9:25 p.m. I need to do some editing for this YouTube video and for other videos that I've got coming up on the weekend and stuff. So I'm trying not to spend too much time tonight. So I'm going to play some High on Life because I've seen trophies pop quite regularly in this game. So I'm going to give that a try. I think probably I need 1 or 2 trophies. So hopefully I can get it done in an hour or so, but let's check back and see if I ended up doing it in an hour. We'll see, because last night didn't go that well at all. I think it was like an hour and 50, 2 hours that I ended up playing last night, but let's jump into it. Let's see if we can get some trophies. I'm also going to try like get some of the missable ones on the way too. So yeah, let's play some High on Life. I've got 5 out of the 33 trophies and it's on 15.15%. So let's see if we can get that over the threshold.
If only they were all this week, you know?
I just got the trophy for popping 20 eyeballs out. I was aiming for them for quite a while. So I thought I'd come onto the trophy website to see if I'd got the percentage, but no, I'm on 18.18%, still shy of that 23.09%, unfortunately. So I've got to keep going.
Of course you are. Did you manage to beat me?
We did it! Oh, ha!
So I just got another 2 trophies there for killing Douglas and then picking up his gun, which is Sweezy. So I've just got 3 trophies right there in the space of 5 minutes from the last one. I've been playing about 37 minutes. It's closer to an hour than I wanted, but it's still short of an hour. But have I actually made it? Okay, so let's check that I've actually done it. So I've gone to the website now and 24.24%. Okay, that's great. So that's past the 23.09%. So now that's 2 of the 30 games already finished on the second day. Obviously, I've got another 28 days. So that means I need to do a game each day, which might be impossible, but I don't work weekends, so I can put a bit more time into it then. I'm definitely going to need it because I've got games on that list like Red Dead Redemption 2, which trophies do not come around too often in that game. And what else have I got on there? Like Yakuza, Hollow Knights, that might take a little bit of a while too. So yeah, anyway, day 2, I'm not ahead, but I'm not behind, which is pretty good. So anyway, that's the end of day 2. I'm gonna get to some editing right now. Anyway, see you tomorrow. So it's day 3, I got like an hour, so I'm just gonna jump into Alan Wake, see if I can get any trophies, if I can get it closer to percentage at all. I feel like this game might be a bit more of a slow burn, so it might take quite a while to get some trophies, but let's see what I end up with.
Come back here!
He had Alice, and he wanted the manuscript.
Okay, so I just played about an hour of Alan Wake there. I've got about 27 hours left of that, but it's okay. I just need to get some of the trophies, and I did. So how many trophies did I end up coming out the other end with? Okay, so I've ended up coming out with 3 trophies for Alan Wake. I got Finders Keepers for finding the chests, Damn Good Cup of Coffee for finding the coffee thermoses that I talked about on my last video. Please check that out if you haven't seen it. Paging Mr. Wake, the manuscript pages for collecting 25 of those too. So just all about collecting, not really any story related things, but I did get most of the way through the forest. I think it's most of the way. I'm sure I'm more than halfway. So did those 3 trophies knock me over the 23.09% threshold to beat Limbo? Oh yeah, 17.65%. So I'm still not finished with Alan Wake. I'm gonna have to come back to this at a later date, but at least I got some trophies out the way and bumped up its percentage. So not bad. Still a productive day, but it's not a game I can just knock off my list now. For now, this might be day 3 at the end because I've still got to make other videos. So, bye. Yeah, guys, so it's day 4 and I just got back from home. I also had a haircut today, so I didn't look as homeless as I usually do on my videos. But you know, it's all part of the challenge, I guess. I didn't have enough time last night to play some Balatro in bed or something. I was just relaxing. I ended up going to the beach. So I just decided to come back today on day 4, which is Thursday the 4th of September, and just get into another game. So I'm thinking let's just like start working on something that's going to take me a long time. I don't exactly have to get trophies every night, but as long as I'm making progress. So I'm gonna go for Warframe. Oh, I just realized I've got to update Warframe first. Great. So it's 9:36 p.m. right now. I'm gonna try spend like an hour on here, see what I can do, because I've looked at the trophies. There's one for putting mods on guns, like I think 4 mods, and another one for ciphering machines, which I think I did like 2 or 3 the first time that I played this game, as I can remember. And there's one for play 10 hours. So I guess that's gonna get me the way there. If I can get those 3 trophies like over this month, then that's going to get me over that 23.09% threshold. So let's have a go at that. Seeing as though I've got some time to talk now because I've got to wait for this update. So on Saturday and Sunday, obviously I don't work on those days, so I'm going to try my best to put some hours into bigger games. I'm probably not going to work on Red Dead Redemption this weekend because it's like one of those games I've really got to get into the mood for, like, you know, to enjoy. So I'm thinking like a bit of Balatro, a bit of Stardew Valley because my girlfriend's going to be here so we can play that together. Hopefully knock out a trophy or two, but trophies don't come that often in that game. Okay, so I've pulled my list up now to check it out, and yeah, Persona 5 is going to give me some difficulty because it's the Korean version. I'm not that adept at Korean. Let's say I'm past beginner. I can read Korean. For a game like that, that's quite sophisticated, it's going to take me a little bit of time. I might have to spend a bit of time with ChatGPT trying to decipher the game a little bit to figure out what I'm doing, because I think there's some missable trophies in that game, so I don't want to miss them. Red Dead Redemption is too big to even comprehend. So yeah, let's go with Warframe tonight. Let's just knock a bit of Warframe out. This challenge is going to be hard. Right now, I don't think I'm going to get over the line, but I'm going to get as close as I can. I should really add up the percentage that I'm getting over this and see overall how much I improved and maybe how many trophies I got too. I feel like if you like trophies, you like to see a number on the side of the screen or like some kind of indication of things going up and progress happening. So let's give that a go, I guess. It'll be a bit more fun for the video. Anyway, I'm going to wait for this to download, check out some Warframe. I'm just going to play some of that and chill, see if I get any trophies. So I'll see you after the session. So I just finished up with Warframe. I spent about an hour on it. I actually went through like 3 or 4 missions and I ended up with 3 trophies. But the problem is one of the trophies is for the DLC and that doesn't count towards the completion percentage because I added it up without the DLC attached. Okay, so I ended up with 3 trophies. Here we go. I got Our Tools Shape Us for the main game, Weaponsmith for the DLC, and Special Agent for the main game. So what does that leave me on? Okay, Warframe was on 6.25%. Is it past the 23.09? I don't think so. Maybe 18 point something? 18.75. Okay, that's not terrible, but not great too. But you know what I mean? Like a bit more time in the game, but I've got to get the proficiency up or I've got to hit that 10 hours, which is a lot. At least I end up with 2 trophies for the main game. See you for day 5. Okay, so I just got home from work now. It's like 9:17 p.m, so I'm just going to get into a bit of Soma. I just feel like it would be something nice to relax with on a Friday night rather than something big and bulky like a Red Dead Redemption or something. But yeah, we're in day 5 and we're going strong. If I can finish Soma tonight, that would be great too. Let's see how many trophies I can get. I think I need about 2 or 3 to get over the threshold, so we'll see. Soma time. Okay, so today's day 6. I didn't really update you last night because I didn't end up getting any trophies in Soma. It was just totally dead. And then I played some Warframe after 2, but I didn't get any trophies in that too, but I worked towards the 10 hours. My new video is coming out at 10 p.m, but that doesn't matter because this video is coming out after that one, so who cares? It's the Guess the Platinum one. I hope it does well. If it hasn't, then give it some love after you watch this video. Right now, I've got a bit of time. I'm looking at some games where I could probably knock out a few trophies, and I feel like game number 1 is GTA San Andreas, the original one, not the new remaster. There seems to be like a few trophies on there that I could probably knock out in the next 20 minutes and maybe get over the threshold, so let's have a look.
Oh, hey, little guy. Didn't expect to see you again.
So I ended up playing some GTA, and weirdly, I ended up crashing the train. I didn't even know that was possible. I also seen online that maybe if you get in the passenger seat, then you can skip to the next station and get the trophy, but it just stopped working at one point. I guess because I'm not far enough in the story, it just didn't work. So whatever. Anyway, I went and drowned myself, you know, like normal people do. Now, on the True Trophies website, I actually got the drowning trophy in GTA San Andreas, and I also got 3 trophies today for Soma. I got Chasing Catherine for discovering Lambda. I got the Stranded trophy for crash landing on Peak Delta, and then I played a bit more of it because I kind of got into it. It was pretty fun. And then I ended up discovering Theta and getting a Dunbad. So that means now, let's go. So 40% for Soma, so I've absolutely smashed the threshold for that game. And then also for GTA San Andreas, I'm on 18.18. I probably need to play a bit more of the story and do some other things to actually get the trophies, but I can see that taking me much longer than an hour. But yeah, that's my Saturday. I actually ended up spending most of my Saturday editing and Friday night too. Tomorrow, I'm gonna try play a few more games, but I've also got to edit for my my other channel too, my commentary channel. If you like commentary style videos, I talk about British TV. I'm still uploading there at least every 2 weeks, and on this channel, I'm every week. Anyway, that was Saturday. I really wanted to get more done today, but it just didn't happen. At least I got to go outside. I had a walk. Anyway, that was Saturday. Hopefully I get more done tomorrow. Bye. Okay, so it's day 7 now. On the True Trophies website here, as you can see, you can pick randomize. These are all of the trophies that I could earn in the games that I'm going for this month. So actually on here, I can just hit random, and then it will just pick a random trophy, and then I'll just play that game. So 3, 2, 1. Alan Wake. Okay, I could play a bit more Alan Wake. Let's give it a go. And then the game after that, if I finish Alan Wake, what am I playing? Temtem. Okay, Alan Wake Temtem. Let's see what happens from it, and I'll let you know at the end. Bye. So yeah, that was my end of my session. Right now it is nearly 1 a.m. So that was the end of day 7 going into day 8. And I ended up getting 4 trophies for Alan Wake, so that should really take me over the threshold. I played Temtem for about an hour, but I didn't get any trophies. That one's quite a slog of a game. And then I ended up playing some Stardew Valley and ended up getting a trophy in that one, which is some progress at least. So let's see what that leaves me at. So if I go to my game collection now. So yeah, Alan Wake's over the threshold. Let's go. That's another game completed, but Stardew Valley's on 17%. Maybe if I get another 2 or 3 trophies, which may be pretty doable because I've nearly made a 5-star heart with 1 character. Actually, I've nearly done it with 4 different characters, and that's 2 different trophies. So maybe it's not going to be too bad, but I'll give it another try, maybe next weekend. Get ready for day 8. Okay, so it's the 8th day, but right now it is 10:43 p.m. So I was thinking about hitting up Zombie, which is like quite a small scale game, and lots of the trophies seems to be like story related or things you can find. So I might be able to get a few trophies pretty quickly and finish that game off. So I'm gonna have a go at Zombie. Okay, so I think I only ended up playing Zombie for like 20 minutes, but I ended up coming out with 2 trophies. I ended up getting into the supermarket pretty quick. I was already a bit way through the story. And then I got the Molotov. Molotovs don't exactly seem to throw exactly where you want them to. The game's a bit janky. It seems kind of fun, actually. I didn't mind it. Sometimes, like when they were like flying across a room and everything, it was kind of funny. But yeah, not a bad game. And now let's go to True Trophies. Let's see what happened. And yeah, there we have it. So I've got 5 trophies now, so that makes takes me on 23.81%. So I'm above the 23.09 threshold. So that's another game finished. It was a nice little easy one to finish off. Now I've got the bigger games, haven't I? So anyway, this is the end of day 8. Let's see what I can do on day 9. So I thought if I could get that one out the way, it would give me more confidence to go for the rest of them. As you can see on the True Trophies website, I ended up getting 5 trophies in Sniper Elite 4, but 2 of those were for the Fuhrer DLC. There was a thing online that said if you play the Fuhrer DLC and just use the rifle, you can get the trophy quickly during that game mode. So I did it, but I didn't get the trophy. Maybe I switched weapons and it stopped me from doing... I threw grenades. I remember now, I was throwing grenades. That's why I didn't get the trophy. Anyway, so I got 3 trophies for the main game. I don't think that's going to take me anywhere near the 23.09%. Anyway, what I got is still time to bleed, so I completed a mission without healing. That was kind of annoying. My screen was like grey for most of the mission. We still fight on the beaches, just complete mission 2. What's Deja Vu to kill? Oh yeah, kill Hitler, obviously. Dogface, oh yeah, reaching rank 5 and just finishing the Hitler mission. Like I said, I got 3 in the main game. So let's see what that put me on. It shouldn't be bottom of my list anymore, but yeah, 1.96 was where I started. 3 trophies later, and now I'm on 7.84. Damn, I need to do a lot more in that game to get over the 23% donor, so I might give another go of that tonight, because I have got a bit of time. I've did lots of my editing. So yeah, let's see what happens. So yeah, if I ended up playing some more tonight, then you'll see some more gameplay after this. Alright, so it's 10 AM on day 10. I actually played some more Sniper Elite last night, but I didn't do it end of the video because it was really late. So I just wanted to go to bed. But yeah, I ended up on 17.95% on Sniper Elite. So I thought I'd get up this morning before work. I had a workout, and now I'm going to get back into Sniper Elite. Hopefully I can get the next few trophies. I did play quite a bit of the next mission, so hopefully I can just jump into it, get 2 or 3 more trophies, and I'm hopefully over the threshold. So let's see what I can do. I'll be back. So yeah, I've just finished up with Sniper Elite 4 there. I actually managed to get onto 25.49%. So there we go. That's another game finished. But let's talk about some of the trophies, and let me show you me getting some of the trophies. Last night I ended up getting the get at least 1 kill shot on every organ. I think I was missing the kidneys, so I Google search where kidneys... For some reason, I thought they were much lower down the body, but they're much more towards the middle. Incapacitate an enemy, then shoot them in the balls. Check that video out. That was kind of wild. So I completed mission 3. I completed a mission using only rifle kills. That took me a little while. I think I tried to do it on a different mission. I had to use satchel charges to blow some stuff up, and I think that voided the trophy. But anyway, I got it in the end. Finally killed an enemy via a booby trap. So I set a mine on a dead person's body, and then they came over to check, and boom. But then when I started playing today, I'd set one of the machines up in the corner, and then randomly a guy just went to go check it, and I got another one by accident. Killed one of each infantry type. I don't know, some guy just showed up out of nowhere. I shot him, and apparently he was different from the other ones. So yeah, sure, I got that one. The 3 environmental drop kills. I thought about this. I've seen a thing hanging, and I've seen some enemies around the corner, so I kind of lured them in and threw a dead body under it, so they went to go check. Boom, and that was enough to get the trophy. Great. Complete 50% of the secondary objectives, so that was just where there's other little things to do around the like reroam map, and yeah, just did them sporadically. And then I completed mission 4, got me over the percentage. This game's pretty fun actually. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. I think I've only ever really played the zombie trilogy, like the zombie version of this. But no, Sniper Elite 4 is pretty solid. Really enjoyed it. So yeah, I have played quite a lot of games recently. I really need to get on top of my editing too. So I think I'm going to focus on that for now for a little bit. I might play a game tonight, or I might just focus on my thing. But if there's no more footage after this for today, then that's the end of day 10. So see you on day 11. So today's day 11 and it's like 10:58. I've had such a busy day because I've had a full work day, and also the extra and premium games got announced. So as you may know, if you've been on this channel before, like I always do the extra and premium and essential games every month. Always talk about the trophies and everything. So I've been busy with that. So I'm just going to sit down for like 20 or 30 minutes. I don't have much time tonight because I'm tired, and see if I can get any trophies in Balatro. Probably not, but at least I'll make some progress. Alright, so it's 11:30 now, and I've played some Balatro, but nah, I didn't get any trophies. I didn't really make any leeway. And also, starting off, I'd completely forgotten how to play, so I lost the first couple of rounds. But at least I completed Sniper Elite yesterday, which was my least percentage game. But anyway, that's all I got time for on day 11. Let's see what I can do on day 12. Alright, so today's day 12, and after just doing 11 days of this constantly, as well as editing and doing YouTube, I decided to venture outside, you know what I mean? I decided to come down to Haeundae Beach, which is in South Korea, Busan. If you're ever thinking about coming to South Korea, definitely come check this beach out. This video is turning into a vlog right now. I just wanted to show that we should have some kind of like game and life balance at the same time too. So you know what I mean? Just ventured out today. Later this month, I'm also going to Pohang, which is another city in Korea, to check that out too. So stay tuned for that. I guess I'm going to include that now because I'm not going to play any games on that day. So yeah, it was good just to get out, have some time to refresh and just like think about things. Even think about this video too and like other ways to tackle it. Because this video is kind of evolving as it's getting filmed and getting made right now. So I don't really know what the finished product is going to look like, but you know what I mean? So yeah, it's day 12 and I got no trophies today, but at least I touched grass. Oh, well, actually, I touched beach. So if that counts too, I touch beach. Is that the bougie version of touch grass? Okay, to start off day 13, I ended up playing some Stardew Valley, and I got 3 trophies in the game. I actually got reach a 5 heart friend level with someone. It actually shows that I'm pretty close with a number of people. So I went for it. I went and did 5 hearts with 4 people too, which is a second trophy. In the end, it was taking quite a while, and I'd been playing for like 3 or 4 hours. So I just ended up getting a chocolate cake and giving it to one of the women that loves chocolate cake, and it bounced it right up. So yeah, I got the 2 trophies for that, and then the other one was for donating 40 different items to the museum. This kind of just came because I was trying to get to the bottom of the chasm, or whatever you call it in the game, which is another trophy. So yeah, that's Stardew Valley finished now. It's on 24.39% with 10 out of the 41 trophies. I played Balatro. So let me tell you about Balatro. I got way too into this. I couldn't put it down. I was just like, one more game. I see why people called this game addictive. I ended up playing quite a lot of the game, and I was looking for the royal flush. This is where you get a king, a queen, a jack, an ace, and a 10 of the same suit. So all hearts or all clubs or whatever. And I managed to get it. I think I actually did this twice in my playthrough, but here's one of them for the trophy. Reach Ante 8, which is like the final level of the game. As you can see, I actually suck at this game so much. I didn't follow the rules on the boss. On one of the bosses, I went out because you have to play 5 cards, but I only played 2 cards because that was my strategy. And yeah, you've really got to pay attention sometimes to the rules. Anyway, I never actually beat the game, which sucks. I couldn't do it. I played 2,500 cards. That's just putting cards down on the table. Get any poker hand to level 10. I ended up getting this Joker card that just kept on giving me, the more that I used the same hand, it had like a 1 in 6 chance it would upgrade it to another level. And I also used the planet cards. Discovered every tarot card. I just looked for the tarot card that said undiscovered or something on it, which meant that I hadn't found it before. So I just picked that one. It finally popped up. And buy 5 vouchers by buy anti for. So this is actually so RNG and luck based because there's a special card that takes you back a previous ante. So that means that you've got to get that within the first 3 to then buy it to go back to 2 and keep buying the other cards while at the same time not losing. So anyway, I managed to get that one. So if we look at this now, Balatro's on 25% with 8 out of 32 trophies earned. And I wasn't done there. After that, I went on to Star Wars Squadrons and I ended up destroying my first subsystem. I did that against the AI and I equipped my pilot with its first legendary cosmetic, which is just gloves you can buy very cheaply. I think 200, 300, and I had plenty of cash. So I ended up doing that. And then I earned all medals in a story mission, just like don't die, complete in a certain amount of time, do something in a certain order. And yeah, there we go. That was just for one of the missions. I ended up getting 3 trophies for Star Wars, so that put Star Wars on 16.67%, so that is not finished yet. I've still got to come back to that game. I ended up playing Unravel 2. So in Unravel 2, we completed Little Frogs. We tried to do it without dying. Pretty damn hard, so we just let that one go, and we also completed the next mission, Night Swimming, and the mission after that, Is That All There Is? So that actually put me onto 7 out of 29 trophies, and that was 24.14%. So I had a bit more time, a bit more free time today. I did no editing, but I jumped into Yakuza like a dragon. I got complete chapter 6, changed all 4 party members to jobs different from their default jobs and won a battle. I made 10 pieces of gear at the romance workshop. I watched all the movies at the theater without falling asleep. I changed Kasuga to 3 different jobs other than his starting job. Pretty easy, just once I looked over the trophies. And I played over 10 mini games, like some go-karts, some arcade games, baseball, stuff like that. So I end up getting 6 trophies in Yakuza, and that put me on 23.81%, and that is 15 of the 63 trophies end. So Yakuza is finished too. Let's see what I can do on Sunday, see if I can get a few trophies out the way, but I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm gonna try next. He posted, let's go on to the next day. Today, very successful. Alright, so today's day 15. Let's talk about what I played today. So I played Titan Souls. If you never played this game, pretty fun actually. It kind of like takes like a Metroidvania, Dark Souls-y turn. So it's pretty fun. But anyway, some of the trophies not too bad to get in the game. It's kind of for defeating the bosses or doing specific things in the boss's levels to get a trophy. For instance, trophy number 1 is called Drug Trial I got today, and it's succumbing to the effective spores for 30 seconds total. That's just where like the mushroom's bouncing around and you just gotta go in its spores to kind of get you high. Stay enough for 30 seconds while dodging the mushroom. There's another trophy. Next one is Short Back and Sides. That's for cutting all of the vines off the plant titan. When I looked online on YouTube, somebody did this like so easy, like cut it off right at the base, so then the whole thing just fell off. If you're watching my video, I'm cutting off piece by piece each time, but it got the job done, got the trophy, killed the plant, so it all worked. Next one is called Titanic. That's for destroying all the icebergs. So this one, you've kind of got to move them all into the middle of the map. So when the monster jumps down into them, it will break like 2 or 3 at a time, let's say. If you have them all spread out like the room is originally done, then they respawn, so it's a bit difficult. Next one, I went and got Dental Plan. This one took me quite a while because you've kind of got to dodge at the same time as waiting for the head to pop up at the same time, and then you've got to break all of the teeth before killing the Titan. So what you can originally do is break one of the teeth. You just shoot your arrow into the area where the tooth used to be and you'll win. But for this, you needed to get rid of all of its teeth and then kill it. So that difficulty, that boss does go up quite a bit. Next one is Leak Spin. For this one, you just needed like to get it perfect. Like it's just bouncing around and then it will start to spin and you've just got to get it before it gets you, which as you can see in the video, I cut it very short to get this trophy. So anyway, I killed it like that. Okay, so that's Titan Souls finished now, and I actually got it spot on 25%. I really enjoyed this game, recommend it. That is day 15 out the way, and that's another game completed, so I'm very happy. See you tomorrow. Alright, so today is day 16 and I decided to start this morning playing some Temtem. Maybe I got like an hour and a bit into it, but still don't seem anywhere near the next trophy. It's going to take quite a while. So I feel like I need to try and knock some other games out the way before attempting Temtem again. So now I just got back home from work and I'm thinking of trying, I've written it down, I'm thinking of trying Immortals of Avium. I feel like I could get some trophies pretty quickly in that. Evil West, same idea. So I'm going to have another like hour or two and play some Immortals of Avium and Evil West. So I've just played for about 2 hours there, and during this whole situation I feel like, well, making this whole video, I feel like I've underestimated how difficult this was going to be, because you need like 5-6 trophies in a game, and some games just don't pay out as often as others. Some games pay out trophies more often near the end game and some hardly give you any. So anyway, I really thought I was going to finish Immortals of Avium there for some reason within an hour. So yeah, I ended up coming out of the game with 1 trophy and now I'm on 14.58%. See you tomorrow. So there's actually not much to talk about on day 17 because I finished Immortals of Avium. Pretty good game actually, pretty underrated, really. I was enjoying it for what it was. Maybe if I'd have paid full price for it, I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much, but you know what I mean, I got it on the PS Plus subscription for free, so for free. I played some Immortals. It's not going to be a long one because most of the trophies I got tonight was for basically finishing the story missions, finishing the chapter, let's say. Trophy number 1 tonight was called Frada Kul, and that is for completing Noesia. I can't pronounce it. That was one of the missions. Next mission, Gravity Challenge Rocks, for completing Exile. So that's 2 story mission trophies out the way. Next one, I got Backtracker. While looking for Thaddeus, return from Calphus to Palpheon. So you've got to go in the teleporter at a certain point in the game. I don't know, to do some whatever. I don't know. I was watching YouTube at the same time as doing this. I don't really know why in the story. The story's not that really interesting. It's more the gameplay. Yeah. I ended up doing that. Go back. That's actually one of the missable trophies. So I'm glad that I got that. Next one was completing of a star mission. All the major food groups for completing the Magic Eaters. This is a part of the story when it actually got really interesting, especially the backdrop too. And then I ended it with Soldier for defeating 500 enemies. Says it right in the tin, doesn't it? Just blast 500 enemies with your magic spells and you're all done. So, finished with Immortals today. That is another game finished. So I'm going on like a bit of a streak at the minute. I just feel like I'm knocking games out the way all of the time. So anyway, that's Immortals finished now, and I actually got that one to 25%. Also, all finished on day 17. And let's see what I can do on day 18, because on day 19 I'm actually going out for the day in Pohang. Won't have any gameplay for that day. Maybe I'll have some vlog footage. Let's see. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Alright, so today's day 18, and right before work I decided to play some games because I just thought I could get an easy one out of the way, and I did. I went with Evil West. So in Evil West I ended up unlocking the trophy E-Rodeo for killing 20 enemies using the E combo. This is just basically punch, 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 and then something else pops up on the screen and you press it. Next one is another one of those kinds of combat-y things, which is in the fields for hitting 45 weak spots on enemies. They kind of show up glowing. You just zoom in with your gun, pop. Not bad, nice easy one. I think the next 2 were a bit story related, and that is Spark of Hope for activating the supercharged mode for the first time. So that's like you kind of go like all super powered like Hulk mode. But anyway, that led me to completing like a certain part of the game, which loaded into Calico. So I visited Calico for the second time and got the trophy Calico. That was a story related one. Then I just thought, let's go for another trophy, make sure I'm definitely over the threshold, because I ended up getting 4 there. And I seen that I was getting closer to chewing volts for using 15 energy charges. This is just you're using your power so much, and then there's a point when you have to like reload your charges. So anyway, I managed to do that, use 15 of those. So that's all done, and I end up getting Evil West to 26.67%. So that is complete too. I'm on a good thing right now. But then, problem is, I Also went and hit up some Dead Island Riptide. I played for like an hour or so until I've got to stop now. Maybe I'm going to play a little bit more tonight, but I can already tell I'm nowhere near any trophies. I've been trying to play as much as I can. Hopefully, I'm obviously making progression though. Like I end up playing like an hour and a half. If I can play some more tonight in bed, awesome. But I don't think I'm going to get a trophy until like I get a full day into it, like maybe like 5-6 more hours. So let's see how that goes. Anyway, if there's some Dead Island footage after this, that means I got some trophies tonight. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Hello again, today is day 19. If you watched the one on day 12, then I went out for the day. Today I also went out for the day and I came to Pohang. So yeah, I've seen some beautiful sights, had some chicken by the beach, and I also went up this like crazy little staircase thing up into the sky. If you can see the little roundabout section at the top that looks like a roller coaster, you can go around that. No, it's just there's like a gate at the end and then that's as far as you can go. But man, when you're climbing this thing, it rocks from left to right. My partner didn't seem to enjoy it so much, but I definitely did. Obviously no trophy. I didn't touch beach today like I did on day 12, but I touched giant metal sculpture in the sky. If that is another more bougie version of what I said on day 12. I'm pretty sure I haven't got any more like vacation days or anything planned, so this is me for the rest of these 11 days now. I'm just going to be hitting this hard and trying to get all 30 games finished. I'm a bit worried, especially with games like Temtem, because that story mode is like 80 hours long. That's another day to worry about. Right now, let's enjoy Pohang. So it's day number 20 and I'm back from Pohang and I decided to play some RDR2 today. I actually managed to get like a big bunch of trophies out the way. So let's talk about it. So for the first trophy I got today for Red Dead Redemption, I got Form a Persistent Posse. It's called Posse Up. I remember this from the first game. There was a posse related trophy for roaming around with people. This one, I think there's 2 posse trophies in this game. This one that I got is just for paying a bit of money to form a posse and making it a persistent one under the little guide under the bottom. So that was pretty easy, not too bad. Next trophy is Home Comforts for purchasing 5 camp improvements. It says improvements, but it actually counts if you buy paint. So I just bought paint because that's the cheapest. Easy trophy. Next one, pretty simple too. Just walk around the map, use your like Deadeye vision and pick up 25 herbs. That wasn't bad at all. So that is picked to perfection. While I was getting the herbs, I was also looking for animals for the butchered trophy. That's for selling 20 meat items to the butcher, and that's easy. You just kill the animal and skin it and sell it to the butcher. Next one, Master Craftsman for crafting 20 items. I just crafted the easy one that I could. I think, was it some ammo or something? I can't remember. But yeah, I just crafted something quickly, 20 out the way, no problem. And the last trophy I got today for Red Dead Redemption was for taking part in a series. If you've played GTA, you kind of know what this is too. So yeah, in RDR, I just did that finished off with pretty quickly. But is the game finished? No, it's not. I actually landed on 19.23%. Pretty disappointing, but I'm getting close to that 23.09%. Not bad. Next game was actually a pretty decent win because I played Dead Island Riptide. So I started off this game and I got a trophy called At Your Service for rescuing 20 NPCs that are being grabbed by monsters. You just gotta wait for the little indicator to pop up on the top of the head and just push the zombie off or punch the zombie, whatever. Do that 20 times trophy. Also for installing 5 barricades during hub defense. This didn't work when I kept putting it up and taking it down, so I think I had to put up 5 different ones, but I was in like the correct base for that to happen. Or maybe they broke one so I could put another one up and it counted. Next trophy is called Bully for killing 100 monsters with a kick. The trick with this is that I was actually playing with somebody online, so it made all of the monsters much higher level, so it's actually harder to kill him with a kick, but it just took me a longer time, but I did it in the end. Next one was one of the story related trophies for breaching the tunnels. Successfully defend the tunnel entrance. That one's out the way. Next one I went for Jet Boat. That is for killing 100 monsters using the boat speed boost. That's just going round and round and round in a speedboat and just ramming zombies down. Not too bad, just one of those ones you put YouTube on in the background and just chill out to, you know what I mean? Next one is King Among Kings. So I knew this was a trophy in the game because I was like researching it. So every time I just seen like a special enemy pop up, instead of running past it, I just made sure I killed it And I managed to get this at one point in the game. So yeah, I killed all of the special enemies. Then to top it all off, I actually made it to Henderson Town, which was one of the next story related trophies. And that actually put me on 27.78%. So with that Henderson trophy, that was just on the way to getting to the next save point, I think. So I just knocked it out the way. So I actually ended up getting it way higher than I needed to, which is fine because I wasn't entirely enjoying this game, let's say. Sorry if you love this game. When I looked on the Reddit online, lots of people love this game. Got quite a cult following. But anyway, that is it. Finished today. Got quite far in RDR2, which took quite a bit of time, and finished Dead Island Riptide, which took a bit of time too. So I'm very happy to get those two out the way. Let's get on to day 21. So goodbye. Alright, so it's day 21. Technically, I actually played really late into the night last night to get lots done because I played some pretty big games. So let's talk about that. You'll see why, because I did a lot. So here we go. So day 21, I ended up starting off with Star Wars Squadrons, and I got the trophy The Trap is Set. That is for damaging 5 enemies with Seeker Mines in a single match. This is like, you got to pick Seeker Mines for your vehicle. You can do this against a computer, so it's not too bad. And then you just like fly around, leave them in like an area where people would fly through, and then they'll hit them, bam. Do that 5 times in the game. Next one is Fearless, for destroying an enemy while your hull integrity was 5% or lower. This is basically your ship's shield. So you have like 100% health, let's say, and then it'll go down to 5%, and then one more hit and you're out basically. I ended up ramming myself off a rock a little bit to bring it down a little bit lower. I think I was on 3%, and then I just stayed back, just shot from a distance, boom, killed one of the enemies, and then got the trophy. And then there's another trophy called Back from the Brink, which is returning to the hangar with less than 5% hull integrity. So I was already on 3%. You fly back to your own base, go back into the ship, and it will heal you up and you get that trophy. So 2 in 1, not bad. And then I finished that off with Unkillable. That is for evading or countering 5 lock-ons in a row in a single match. It took me quite a bit of time doing this because I didn't realize I should have read the trophy properly. It says in a row. I was doing it 3 times, and then the 4th one would hit me because I wasn't paying attention. So I decided to just fly around the area, just shoot at some enemies until they targeted me and fired their shots. And then if I went too low on health, I'd fly back to the base and get more health, come back, because then it could keep going. So yeah, that wasn't bad at all. Ended up getting it in the end once I realized my mistakes. Yep, Star Wars is finished now. It's on 25%. Then I booted up the big boy, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. So as you may know, this is a big bulky game, so I was trying to find some quick and easy trophies, and that wasn't doable. I think when looking at my timeline on my Premiere Pro, I think I ended up playing this game for about 10 or 11 hours to get this many trophies. So the first trophy I got was Interrogation. That is for just interrogating an enemy soldier. I climbed up a ladder. The guy was like looking like around, like looking straight forward, basically, like they always do in video games and movies. Grab him from behind and say, hey, give me information. Bam, trophy, not too bad. Next one, Platoon. This is for increasing mother base staff to 50 or more personnel. That means like you have like a main base hub area, and you've got to basically steal people to come work there. So when you're out in the field, you can pop people in the head and put them to sleep with tranquilizers, and then you can send like this like little package balloon to like pick them up and take them right back to your base. So I did that 50 times, got that. Next one was Beekeeper. That's for completing the story mission, Where Do the Bees Sleep? Then I got Enhancement. That is for developing 50 or more development items. That just means when you've got people working in your hub base, your stats go up, you end up collecting more resources, doing things, so you can like develop new technology or new guns to use on your next trip. So I ended up doing that 50 times. You can just build really small things to get that. Next one is Battalion, and that is for increasing mother base staff to 250 or more personnel. So that's just the same as the other one. For 50, then I got 250. I was just going around everywhere, popping everybody in the head and just collecting them like Pokemon. It wasn't bad at all. Did I finish Metal Gear? Yes, I did. I'm really happy about that. I got it to 23.26%. So just over the threshold, but this is a fantastic game. I really love this one. I'm going to end up going back to it at some point. Never really been into Metal Gear, but this is just something quite different. It's really fun. I like the way you can like tackle the mission in different ways. Yeah, that is day 21 finished. Now is day 22 and I'm going to get into that. But right now I do need to go to work. I think tonight I'm going to play some Sifu and see if I can get that game out the way too. Let's see. So today's day 22 and I just got back home from work, so I thought I'd try knock some easier ones out the way rather than get into something big and bulky. So I started off with Shifu, I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry. But this game is very fun actually, I really enjoyed this one. And one of the first trophies I got is Life is Your Teacher, unlock your first skill, pretty self-explanatory, not too bad at all. That's when I looked at the trophies and I noticed this game has a photo mode and a trophy attached. So I got Come Snap with me, give the photo mode a shot. Not bad. A few games have photo modes and you get trophies for them, so if you ever see that, just pop it up for an easy trophy, especially for a challenge like this. So next one is Stunt Master. Climbing and going across the environment allows you to control the flow of the flight. I feel like this was jumping over furniture or jumping over some kind of thing in that area like 20 times. Not too bad. I just kept flipping over the same thing just to get the trophy. Next one was Street Fighting. So I was in the nightclub for this, so there was lots of bottles hanging around. So it says anything can be a weapon, so use the environment to your advantage. So that's just picking up a weapon, smashing it off an enemy. Do that 20 times, 25 times, something like that, and the trophy's yours. Not too bad. Next one, State of Constant Learning. This is for permanently unlocking a skill for the first time. So with this game, you can die and lose the skills that you purchased. And this game actually is quite difficult, so you can lose all of the skills that you've got, but there is a way to permanently unlock them, and that is to buy the skill like 5 or 6 times. I can't remember what it is, but you keep buying that skill until you get to the final node, and then you've got that skill for the rest of your gameplay. Next one is the Hateful Pole Fighter, and that's for killing Sean at the end of the club. That was just at the end of the mission that I was on, and not too bad. Completed one mission, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trophies, and I ended up on 25.58%. So yeah, Sifu is all finished, and I wasn't done there. I actually jumped onto Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and I went and won a game of pool for the trophy Hustle Some, and then I also completed a stealth kill. So I was looking for which trophies were actually going to pop for me next, and this is one of the easiest ones, so I looked into it. I think it was Smoke gives you this mission, so figured out how to get to that mission. You come into a mission, basically it teaches you how to stealth kill and you get the trophy for that tutorial. So that is all done. So Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is now on 24.24%. So tonight after work, I've actually managed to finish another 2 games, which is great for my progress. But the problem from here is I've got a lot of big bulky games coming. Temtem is a lot. I'm just saying, when I've looked online, it looks like it's like a 60-hour game. But anyway, let's see if I can actually finish that in time or not. I'm worried about that one. So anyway, that is the end of day 22. Thanks for joining me on this journey if you're this far into the video. Only 8 more days to go, so I'll see you then. Alright, so it's day 23. I'm about to go to work, but I ended up getting a few trophies, so let's talk about it. First one was for Just Cause 4, and that is Liftoff. I used only the booster for 15 non-consecutive minutes. After that, I ended up trying to do some story missions and stuff to get other trophies, but nothing else popped, just this really easy one. And then I ended up jumping on a Warframe because I wanted to get closer to the 10 hours, and I was kind of enjoying it last time I played. So what happened is I got Savior of Venus, which is a DLC trophy for killing the boss in the Venus region and getting to Extraction. Then I got a second DLC trophy for Hats Off to You for destroying 200 Corpus Crewman helmets. So not great. 2 DLC trophies, but then I loaded into this mission and there was like a bunch of people playing, and it was basically just like we all like stayed on one point and there was just enemy after enemy after enemy rushing us and just boom, 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 boom. And even when the other people were killing them on my team, I was still getting the XP. So my XP just went boom exponentially exponentially my rifle and my blade to rank 30. So I got the trophy rifle proficiency and blade proficiency. That's just for leveling up those items. So thank you to those guys, or thank you to that mission or whatever happened, because it ended up getting Warframe to 31.25%. So I've crushed that 23.09% threshold, and I didn't have to play for 10 hours, which I originally thought I would have to. So awesome. Also, because I played Just Cause today, let's check that percentage. And Just Cause is on 17.40%, so maybe I need like another 2 trophies in that. Let's try another day. But anyway, that's day 23 out of the way. Join me for day 24. Bye. Alright, so today's day 24. I'm getting closer and closer to that 30-day mark now. September is nearly over, so I decided to jump into Red Dead Redemption 2 today. So let's talk about that. So I actually got the first trophy here for getting started. That's for reaching rank 10 on the online mode, because I felt like there was a few trophies that were about to pop. And that is true, because after reaching rank 10, I got Gun for Hire, which is for accepting 10 free roam missions from character around the world. They're just like little side missions in the online game mode. So that was all finished, and then I realized that I had 3 or 4 gold belt buckles, which is like the online game mode's award system. If you play GTA, they've got like medals, but for this they were belt buckles. In this, it's for achieving 5 gold belt buckles called Buckle Up, and yeah, I just completed another 2 little missions for that, ended up getting another trophy, and that ended up actually making me get Red Dead Redemption to 25%. So I'm actually finished with Red Dead Redemption 2 now, which is amazing. I felt like this game was going to take me forever because it's like a 200-hour platinum or something. But anyway, it's done. I wasn't done there. So Red Dead Redemption is finished. And then I moved on to another Red, which is Red Faction. This is actually one of the PS2 classics. And in Red Faction, I got a trophy called Gone Fishing. That's for visiting the old fishing hole and put a bullet in a fish. Kind of funny sounding trophy. So it's literally as soon as you start the game, you can bomb one of the walls, go in there, and there's a secret little area where you can just shoot a fish in a pond. It's a trophy. We do strange things with trophies, don't we? Next one was Riot Controller. That's for killing 25 enemies with the control button. And you're gonna see this is gonna pop up quite a few times. There's a few kill-related trophies, which is fantastic for completing a challenge like this. Next one, on the job training, survive manning the turret in the guard room. This was just really easy. You just kind of went in the room, got on a turret. They run at you a few people at a time. You just gun them down with a turret for a trophy. No problem at all. That's finished. Meanwhile, I realized that this area was the perfect area to just absolutely exploit, because you can just hit the checkpoint again, come back out of the area, and then get the gun-related trophies. So that's exactly what I did. So after that, I got the Shards Everywhere trophy, which is for using 5 riot shields until they break. That means that you get the riot shield, people hit you, so just let them hit me. It shatters into a million pieces. Do that 5 times after hitting the checkpoint. But at the same time, I was also going and using the turret, because the turret was already in the room upstairs, and getting 50 kills for the Pink Mist trophy. That's with the turret. Next one, a Trail of Destruction. That is for killing 50 enemies with a rocket launcher. There was a rocket launcher in this area too, so or maybe I collected it before. So I was just going into the area with the big bunch of enemies that spawn and just boom, boom, boom. Also did that with the remote charges. These are just C4, so you just throw them on the floor. Blew up 25 enemies for the Demolitions Enthusiast trophy. And then I ended it off with Click Click Boom for killing 50 enemies with the shotgun. Nice. Ended up with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trophies in Red Faction and 3 trophies in Red Dead Redemption 2 today. In Red Faction, did I hit my goal? Yes, I did. I got to 27.27%. So that is 2 games finished today. I'm on a roll. I feel good. Everything's working out. I feel like because I had like a nice little day out too, just to like stop thinking about this challenge and just thinking about YouTube in general and just having fun. Yes, I feel way better, and I feel like I'm gonna start whacking these games now and just like getting them out the way. So yeah, that is day 24 finish. Come join me for day 25. Bye. Alright, so today is day 25. and I played a bunch of Temtem and some Persona 5. So starting off with Temtem, I ended up getting the trophy I'm in Danger for completing all of the preliminary rounds by playing 10 ranked competitive matches. You know what it's like. In games, you have to play like some games, either unranked or ranked, to then end up getting into a ranked server, just so they can determine the position that you're at, or like the league that you're going to play at. So you have to play like 10 games now. But when I loaded into the first game, I kind of seen that everybody can use their own team of like level 100 Temtem Pokemon situation. So that's when I was like, oh damn, I'm going to get absolutely hammered by all of these people. So I just thought, how about I just forfeit the game, let them have the win. You know what I mean? They're happy and I can get the trophy. So that's what I did. I joined and forfeited 10 times and got that trophy. Then I ended up getting into the ranked league, which I was at the bottom. And I was like, okay, maybe I could actually win one of these games. There's going to be somebody like me in there. There's not going to be any sweats. I was wrong. It was basically the same all over again. And there's a trophy in this game for winning a ranked game. So I was like, oh no, I don't think this is going to be possible at all. Until something crazy happened. So I just thought I would join the first game and then I was losing. So I just quit out. And then I joined the second game. I played a bit more into that. I think I started the game on the second one. The first one I seen that the team was too overpowered for me. And then in the second game, I was like, oh, okay, let's just try it. Let's just see how it goes. It might be trash. He might give me the win. So then I got into it and I was just dying and I was just like, oh man, it's coming. I can't be bothered wasting my time with this. So I ended up just like turning the game off. Then when I logged back in and reconnected to the server, it gave me the win. So I ended up getting the trophy Temtem up for winning a ranked battle. So cheers. I hope he got the win too. I'm sorry if I messed up your ranking. That wasn't the idea, but cheers for the trophy. Because I'm trying to get trophies quick here. I can't really spend the time building all of the Temtems up and doing all of this stuff, you know what I mean? So, and then I ended up getting another trophy because I found a technique on the floor. So if you play Pokemon, you get TMs in that game where you can attach like a special ability to certain Pokemon. And that's what this is. That's what techniques are. So I just put one of those on one of my Temtem, got a nice easy trophy. I also got a trophy called Blim Blin, and that is for capturing, evolving, or hatching a Luma Temtem. This is basically shiny Pokemon. What happened is, I didn't think I was going to get this trophy, or was just grazing around, looking around. Well, all of a sudden, just pop, there is a shiny one just in the wild. I think the odds of that are incredibly lucky, but you know what I mean? It got me a trophy, and maybe this is a sign that I'm actually going to finish this game. Fingers crossed. I was well chuffed for that to find a shiny. Even if it was kind of a poor shiny, it's a shiny, you know what I mean? Temtem's been a real struggle, but there we go. I managed to get a few trophies in that game, and now I'm on 12.5% for this game. It's going to take me quite a while if I can even do this at all. Next, I started some Persona, and in this game, it's Korean. I can read Korean on a basic level. I couldn't really understand what was really happening in the game. I ended up getting the trophy in Persona 5, Ne Anwiwa, which I have no idea what that means. Ne is yes, Anwi, I don't know, na, me, I. So, Anwi, shall I do my translator? That's why I don't know what Anwi means, because it means inside, and it stands for me inside you. So I was right on those other two words. I wasn't expecting that to be the trophy. So that was for getting one of the Personas, one of the like Pokemon. I know these are two like Pokemon style games. Sorry, don't hate on me. That's an oversimplification, I know. This was incredibly hard in Korean because you've got to say specific things to certain Persona people based on their behaviors. With it being in a different language, that's hard. So I was just pressing buttons and it happened. It happened. Because the translations were not good too. That is day 25 over and done with. And I managed to get Persona 5 to 4.08%. Let's see if I can actually finish that game. It's going to be rough because it's a long game too. But anyway, see you tomorrow. Alright, it's day 26, and today I just hit up a big bunch of Cyberpunk 2077. Actually had lots of fun with this game, so it wasn't too bad getting through the trophies. So to start off the day, I ended up getting Right Back at You. This is for killing or incapacitating an enemy who threw a grenade at you. This just kind of happened randomly. I knew it was one of the easier trophies to get in the game. When they throw the grenade at you, you just have to kill them straight away. But it just kind of happened by accident. Next trophy is Gunslinger, and it's another grenade related trophy. That's because you need to shoot an enemy grenade in midair with a revolver. Sounds super cool the way you do it, and maybe quite hard, but there is a special upgrade you can get in the game which slows down the time when aiming, and boom. I followed that up with the Wheel of Fortune for interrogating Anders Hellman. That is a story-related trophy, and out of the way. The Quick in the Dead came after that for killing or incapacitating 50 enemies while time is slowed. So because I got the upgrade to get the revolver grenade one, I just followed it up with this too. That's just killing them while time is slow. Just slow down time, get a headshot, nice and easy. Next trophy, the Wandering Fool. That is for finding all of the tarot graffiti for the job Fool on a Hill. This is just another collectible trophy. I think there's like 20 pieces of graffiti, kind of like Banksy-esque around the map, and then pretty easy to find. Not too bad spread out, actually. Like, it didn't take me that much time to get in the car and drive to that area and get the graffiti or collect it for this trophy. I decided to do this one too because I would open up more fast travel locations around the map by going to these areas. So I thought, nice easy trophy, not too difficult to get, and it's going to get me to my percentage. So yeah, that one was finished. Not too bad, easy mission, and it opened up a bunch of fast travel. Next one was a missable one. Stanislavski's method for using a dialogue option related to your main character's life path 10 times. So yeah, that's just like, you know, like Fallout. It's best to call it Fallout if you've not played Cyberpunk. So in Fallout, what you can do is when your intelligence is so high or something, then or your science skill, your engineering skill, you have like a separate speech option that you can use to kind of like trick that person or like get extra items or something. This one is more like you choose where you came from in life. Like if you're a bit more rough and tumble, or you came from like a rich family or from this, that, then you can answer in your special way. I think I was like one of the street kids or something when I first started this game. So mine kept saying like street kid, and I got credit for that with my people. So it's all about clicks with this trophy. And then I finished it off with the Hermit, and that is for finding Alt Cunningham. That is just another story related trophy. So I finished it off with that, and that actually puts me on 24.44%. So Cyberpunk is finished too. I'm on an absolute roll. I'm having a great time. Actually, did I finish a game yesterday? I can't remember. But anyway, I'm going to say I'm on a roll. Everything is going awesome. 24.44% for Cyberpunk. Couldn't be happier. Day 26 is done. Day 27, 8, 9, and 30 is coming. Obviously, damn, what am I saying? So yeah, that's the end of day 26. I've been looking at other games I can get out of the way. I'm trying to just finish as much as I can right now because Temtem is quite difficult and such. So what I'm going to try and do, tomorrow I'm going to try and focus on Just Cause 4 and Mortal Shell. Mortal Shell might take me a bit of time because I need to relearn the game. Let's see if I can actually finish those games. But anyway, that's another game finished, another successful day. See you tomorrow. Alright, it's day 27, and today I ended up playing some Just Cause 4 and Mortal Shell, so let's get into that. So, in Just Cause 4, I was looking for some easy trophies, maybe some miscellaneous ones, and I ended up coming up to this trophy called A Game of Chicken, and that is for crashing into a flying airplane. So yeah, that is a big game of chicken, maybe the ultimate game of chicken, because you have to crash into them, and also, yeah, just a spot of simple terrorism. So anyway, I ended up finishing that trophy up, and then I ended up getting Bring It Down, which is for completing one of the story missions, Operation Thunderbadge. The story missions were actually a bit longer than I was expecting, but I ended up getting 2 more trophies in that game because I got 1 trophy the other day, maybe like 5 days ago. God, I can't even remember. So that means that this game is now on 23.53%. That is fantastic. Another game finished, and also another absolute successful day because after this, I ended up getting into Mortal Shell. If you've not played it, it's like a Dark Souls-y kind of game, you know, very difficult. In this game, what happens is if you get hit too many times, you fall out of a shell body, like you know, like shedding your skin, like as if you're a snake, and then you're left with like this normal size body. And then after that one, if you can manage to get back into your shell, then you can only have 1 more health bar before then you're finished for good. So it's not like Dark Souls in terms like that. There is quite a few differences, especially with the parry system, but this actually took me quite a while to do because I was learning the game again. I ended up coming coming out with 5 trophies, and that is Tragic Loss, that is for defeating Crucix the Twiceborn. This guy sucked at first because I had to like learn his pattern, and at one point his little buddy dies, like he's got like a little guy on his chest and that guy dies, and then he gets even more mad and more aggressive, but I end up killing him, so I got that trophy. Next one is Fun Guy, that is for picking 50 mushrooms. That's just around the map area, you'll just find mushrooms, you pick them up, and they're used for health. But yeah, that's just a cumulative trophy. Next one was Bring the Glands Back to Me, and then it's for bringing a gland to Dark Father. So what happens is when you kill one of the monsters in this game, instead of getting a soul, you get a gland, and then you can give it to a guy and they do weapons or something. I don't know, I'm still learning the game. I'm popping in and out of games right now, so it's hard getting on top of all of the lore and the mechanics. Next one was It's a Me, that's for killing an enemy with a hardened plunge. That's just like you unlock the skill and then you gotta like fall off a cliff and just like boom, like on top of them, killing them instantly. And obviously this is a reference to Mario. And then I finished it off with Is This a Sparta, which is kill an enemy by kicking them off a platform. Basically for this you gotta build up your souls or whatever you call it in this game, buy the skill to do that, the kicking skill. Yes, in this game you've got to learn how to kick. So anyway, found a person right on the edge, right on the cusp of falling into an eternal hole, and just kicked them off her for a nice easy trophy. So Mortal Shell is now on 30.77%. So I actually played this more than I actually needed to, which is fine, you know what I mean? I ended up getting a big bunch of trophies out there and enjoyed what I played of it. I find the main hub area a little bit confusing to navigate, but otherwise it's a pretty solid game. Anyway, that is today all finished with. At least I've got 2 trophies out. I mean, I've got 2 games out of the way today, and Mortal Shell was one of those games that I thought was going to take me way longer than it did. So it's done, no problem. I'm happy. Hopefully you are too. I don't know why you are going to be happy too. But anyway, I finished Mortal Shell and Just Cause for today. Successful day. See you tomorrow. Alright, so it's day 28, so I woke up today and I ended up getting into Transformers Devastation. So the first trophy that I unlocked today in Transformers was the Avid Collector. That's for collecting half of the collectible items in the game. These are just kind of show up in really easy places, usually they're right in front of you. But then some of them are like floating in the air or something. You have to shoot like a moving target. Not too bad, I got half of them. I think I nearly got all of them in the game. I think I just missed a couple somewhere, but it wouldn't be too bad to clean up. It's not missable. Next trophy I got was for defeating one of the bosses, and that is Roadblock. So in chapter 4, I defeated him while racing him, the Motor Master. Yeah, that's just while like you're on the main track. If you get to the next area, you just end up in like a fighting arena, so you have to defeat him while you two are like racing along a track, which wasn't too bad. I just kind of spammed him into a corner, managed to get it done. So next one I had to try for a little bit because it was one of the mechanics in the game, but that was quick reflexes. After dodging, quickly countered with a melee attack 100 times. That's just like one of those like last minute dodges and then time slows down and you can either melee them or shoot them. There's 2 different trophies related to that, but I got the melee one. And then the next 2 trophies were just for completing the game. I completed the game as Optimus Prime, and then I completed all of the chapters on any difficulty. So no issues at all. I ended up getting 5 trophies for this game, and that means that Transformers Devastation is now on 25.81%. Another game finished. So now I'm down to my last 5 games. I thought we could just talk about that for a minute. Okay guys, so I'm kind of coming to the end here. It is Sunday. That means that I have got 3 days left, kind of, half a day today and 2 more days. So Monday and Tuesday, that's it. Tuesday midnight, we're going to get into October and this challenge is over. So I thought, let's look at what I've still got left. So I've just completed Transformers Devastation. You'll have just seen that footage. These are the last 5 games that I need to get to 23.09%, and that is Hollow Knight, Marvel Rivals, Persona 5, Resident Evil 4, the 2005 edition, and Temtem, which as you can see in the video already, I've put a lot of time into and still not quite there. So I kind of wanted to do like a little bit of an estimation to see whether this is viable at all, whether I'm going to be able to get this done. Because on Thursday, the essential PS Plus games were just announced too. So I've been trying to do that and edit the video for that at the same time as do this and do my normal job. So, you know what I mean? Like, Let's see if I've still got enough time to do this challenge, or let's try push some of these games up the ranking a little bit. Let's get some trophies in some of these games. Let's do some kind of time predictions to try and work this out. So, okay, I'm gonna say 5 hours. 5 hours for Hollow Knight. Marvel Rivals, I'm actually gonna play with my sister today. So there's a trophy in that game for playing with a friend. So that's one quick unlock. And then I need another 4 trophies basically to get over it. Maybe that'll take me 2 or 3 hours, but I'll just be having fun with my sister. So I'm gonna put down 3 hours for Marvel Rivals. Persona 5, on the other hand, I don't really know how long this is gonna take. As you've seen from my footage the other day, the game's in Korean, so that's gonna take me a little bit more time. I have been trying to follow a guide to do that, but as to when the trophies are gonna pop up, it's a big game. It's like 140, 50, 60 hour platinum, so the trophies might not come quickly. I've got to put a 10 hour on that, I think, to get to that threshold. Resident Evil 4, I feel like I could do in an hour or 2. I'm gonna be careful with it and say 2. And for Temtem, I've already put like 10, 11 hours into this game and still not close. So that could be like, I'm gonna put 15 for that. I feel like it's gonna take me quite a while because the story mode is quite long. When I looked on how long to beat, I think the story mode was like 60 plus hours just to beat the story. And once you beat the story, you can finally teleport to get all of the miscellaneous trophies too. So, okay, so that all adds up to 35 hours. Now, I don't think I'm gonna have that spread over the next 3 days. I would have to play for about 11 hours a day for the next 3 days. So it looks like I'm not gonna get there. I think that I'm gonna leave Temtem to last and just try my best to do the other 4 games. If I can do that and then I've just missed out on Temtem, that isn't too bad. If you've played this game, you know that the trophies don't pop that easily. So for most of Tuesday, I might just be playing Temtem or getting the other game out the way. But I feel like today I could get Resident Evil 4 and Marvel Rivals out the way and then maybe make some progress on Hollow Knight or Persona. So I'm gonna go jump back into it now. I'm gonna start Resident Evil 4. So let's see if I can do that. Do not shoot the water. That's for a missable trophy. That's when you're like coming to the end of like the first chapter in the game. Can't remember. And if you shoot the water repeatedly, the monster will come out and eat you, and it's like a little hidden trophy. Next trophy I got was for defeating a boss, and that is a rock in a hard place for outmaneuvering the rampaging beast El Gigante. Gigante? I don't know how to say it. I'm not Spanish, am I? And then the last trophy I got was Secure the Ballistics. That's for rescuing the president's daughter, Ashley. Afterwards, the real fun begins. Ended up finishing all of that. Now, Resident Evil's on 33.33%. That's another game finished. Down to my last final 4 now. And now it's time to talk about Persona. So I don't know how much I've mentioned in this video or whether it's been cut, but this game is in Korean. I currently live in Korea. I bought this game in a local store, and I just thought it would be fun to buy at the time because then I could pick up a bit more Korean, but it's really hard. And also, I didn't think I'd be doing this challenge where I would have to play my least completed. But anyway, that's sorry for another time. I ended up getting 2 trophies. So I ended up getting the trophy called Sukuk Hanunja, and that is for surprising the enemy 50 times, I remember. It says, yeah, maybe that's, I can't remember. That's for like ambushing, I think. That's what it means. And then I got a second trophy called 제성올 위한 처형. Yep, I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, but I think that's for a guillotine. Yeah, okay, that's for a guillotine. You gotta sacrifice 2 of your monsters to make a better monster. That's as much as I can work out because I couldn't understand what was going on at all. But anyway, that is not finished. Persona 5 is now on 8.16%, quite a way off from the 23.09, but at least I got some trophies in it. That's moving forward. So at this point, my sister was free. She lives in England, and I decided to call up my sister being like, hey, you want to play some Marvel Rivals? Because I know she's into it. So I ended up picking up some Marvel Rivals tonight, and I got one really easy trophy for playing with my sister, and that is Assemble, for teaming up with a friend for a match. Nice and easy. I had a friend for once. Next one was No More Mutants. As Scarlet Witch, take down mutant enemies 10 times. Yeah, that is just, Scarlet Witch is very overpowered in this game. I think she was when it was closer to release, but even now she's very strong too. You basically just next to people and then you just hold the trigger for like the shoot button and it will just kind of automatically go wherever it wants to go and kill a bunch of enemies. So you just have to look out for the mutants like from the X-Men series and kill them on the opposite team, which I think popped for me in like the first or the second game. It really wasn't that much of an issue at all. Just depends what players are on the other team, but I think they kept having like a Magneto and a Wolverine, so it was pretty easy. And then I ended off this day getting just one more trophy, and that is Grip of Hunger. So as Venom, snare 4 enemies with a single use of cellular corrosion. I forget, that's not even like his ultimate power, that's just like his L1 or his R1 power, I can't remember now. And then yeah, you just got to get 4 enemies in like a close confined space, bam. I felt like in this game more than Overwatch it was easier to knock up some of the trophies, but I'm not talking about the hardest ones, so don't judge me on that. So now on Marvel Rivals with these 3 trophies, I'm on 19.51%. So anyway, that was my day 28. I'm actually technically in day 29 now. Sorry, I lied a little bit. Last night, I kind of ended up finishing really late on Marvel Rivals. I think I ended up playing with my sister till 12, 1 in the morning, and I live in an apartment, so I didn't really want to do my recording and my talking that late at night. Not very nice for the people next door, maybe, if they can hear me at all, but I'm assuming they can, especially when it's quiet at night. Yeah, but anyway, let's get into the real day 29, but I'm aiming for Temtem and Marvel Rivals. Let's see if I stuck to that. So today's day 29, guys. Nearly all of the way there now, nearly finished. One more day to go. So what did I decide to go jump into? That was some Temtem. I know I said I was going to leave it to last, but I couldn't leave it alone. Anyway, I jumped into the game and I ended up getting Trendsetter ? That is for wearing a fully dyed clothing item in each slot without repeating any dye. So just having a different color item on each part. And also another trophy just called Trendsetter ! For wearing a fully dyed clothing item in each slot. So that means like you can repeat the same colors with that one, but I ended up getting 2 of them together because I just thought if I'm going to get one of them I might as well get 2. This I was actually trying to get the other day, but it just wouldn't pop for me, and then I just thought I'd rummage around my bag. I was checking out what clothes I was wearing, and then I was like, hey, like I've noticed some items you can put 2 different colors on them at the same time, so I just thought, okay, I'm gonna try that out. And then I like switched a few colors around, used them, and then both of the trophies popped when I left the screen. So I was like, okay, that's done. Very happy with that. Then I waited until I think it was 3 p.m. today, and I got the rookie trophy. That's for participating in a Temtem tournament. So what happened is you've got to wait for a certain time of day on the weekend. There will be like an online tournament for people to play. Unfortunately, Temtem is pretty dead in this sense. So when I actually joined it, I was waiting for the game to kick off. And then as soon as it was ready to launch me into the game, like into the lobby with the other people, it was like, we didn't get enough people for a tournament, so here's the trophy anyway. So I was like, okay, cheers. So at least this game, give its dues, like didn't like cheat me out of a trophy there and have to make me keep coming back again and again and again. That would have been good for them because it would have kept getting me back, so then maybe they could have had a tournament in the end. But it was good for me because it saved me time, so I appreciate them for that because I've made a massive game, so I'm glad they saved me some time. And then I finished off today playing some more Marvel Rivals because I'm going to go out now, go and enjoy myself, and I managed to play some more Marvel Rivals just by myself, and I think in the one game, I managed to get 3 of the characters' trophies. I'm pretty sure it was in the one game, but anyway, I got Snack Attack as Jeff the Land Shark swallow 4 enemies with a single use of its Jeff. That was one of the easiest trophies in the game, so I ended up going for that one. That's just like getting them all in your mouth at the same time. Bam, bam, bam. That kind of happened. I think I swallowed my own team too, but it says enemies, so I don't know. Maybe when I watch the footage back, I'll see that I actually got most of the team. Next one was Punishment of the Moon, as Moon Knight hit 4 enemies with a single use of Hand of Khonshu. So that is just it, the LB move, the RB move, not the, well, the L1 move, the R1 move, not the ultimate. And yeah, just hit 4 enemies with that, not too bad. And then I decided to just like, maybe I've got those trophies because with this game, the trophies pop at the end of the game. So you don't know you've got them until at the end. So I was just like, I think I've got them. I was fairly confident. So then I went for, these tiny claws. As Squirrel Girl land 3 KOs with a single use of its unbeatable Squirrel Tsunami. So what happened there is I just managed to get the ultimate, waited for a big bunch of people to be in one area, launched them all, and then just like kept shooting at the team too. Because as I know from Overwatch, usually it will still count as a kill from using that ultimate as long as they die die in a certain time period. So I just went and rushed them, did the whole thing. Yep, trophy pop for that too. So I got 3 trophies for Marvel Rivals too. Well happy with that. So on Marvel Rivals, I ended up getting a percentage of 26.83%. That's awesome. I'm past the threshold. But problem is, with Temtem, I ended up getting to 18.75%. And I think there it is. That is the death of me right now. I'm so far away from another bunch of trophies in Temtem, and I probably need another 2 or 3 trophies to pass the threshold. So I think this is gone. Persona 5, I'm not going to get there. I just know it. That's another big game. So tomorrow, the only chance I've got really, maybe try some more in the morning, like with Temtem. But I should really try get into Hollow Knight and see if I can get any trophies out the way with that game. At least then I've got trophies in each game, even if I didn't manage to completely complete this challenge. But right now, I am feeling a bit burnt out. I'm always recording. I'm always doing this. I'm editing for the channel, for my 2 channels. I've got so much going on with work too, and it's just like, I'm glad this challenge is coming to an end. I'm hoping that you're enjoying this challenge, but man, I'm ready to end this challenge already. I'm not even finished editing this video yet, which might take another month. But yeah, anyway, trophies are fun, okay? Trophies. It's just doing big challenges like this is a bit tiring. But anyway, join me for the last day. Let's see what I did, if I did anything at all. So it's after 12 o'clock now, and it's finally got into October, so this whole challenge thing is over with. In a way, I'm actually really glad that it's over. Playing late into the night used to be fun when I was younger, but right now with a job and everything. Anyway, I'm 3 games short of the goal. It was Hollow Knight I missed out on, Persona 5 and Temtem. And today I played quite a bit of Temtem, maybe 2 hours of Temtem. Still, it's really hard to progress in that game, especially getting to the next island and everything. I think it was one of those early release games, so it's quite long. 5 hours, 6 hours of gameplay per island, and some islands are longer. Like that Tukma one, the lava one, was really, really long. Maybe like 6 hours. With Hollow Knight, I just couldn't quite get there. Looking on the interactive map online and being like, oh, there's a special thing down here that if I collect a bunch of them, I'm going to get a trophy. And I kept going there, and then I'd be in a dead end, and I'd be like, oh, am I meant to jump on this guy's back? Jumped on the guy's back with like 800 or something. Geo is what you call it in the game, and lost it all because when I came back to the room, my ghost was on the other side of the room. So I just... a little bit frustrating with that game. It's after 12, it's nearly 12:30 now. I really tried to get a trophy on Hollow Knight. It's the only game that I didn't actually get a trophy on, so am I going to end up doing this in the future? If this video does well, I'll come back, but it hasn't been the most fun experience, let's say. Let's jump into tomorrow, the 1st of October, and I'll talk to you more in detail about the stats and what I thought about the games. Good night. You're right, guys, so today is not the 1st of October, it's the 14th of November. So I wasn't trying to lie at all, it's just this video took on a life of its own. It's taken me so long to edit, get everything together, compile it. I'm still new at YouTube, so doing a project like this was so much bigger than I was expecting. But we're at the end now. I'm making the conclusion side of the video. So the challenge is over. I ended up with 156 trophies over the month. I got a 90% completion rating. That means that I completed 27 of the games and failed on 3 of them, getting over that 23.09%. But that's okay. I'm still pretty proud of what I did. So I just wanted to end the video with like how I think this trophy experience went. If I would ever do anything like this again. The rating for the games, let's like rate the games that I played as much as I did play of them and how many hours it took me to get to the 23.09% of these games. So let's get into it, yeah? Because this video is pretty long already. So now let's switch this part up and put the lowest percentages at the start and the highest percentages at the end. So starting with Persona 5, that is now on 8.16%. Next, Hollow Knight stayed at 8.57. Temtem is now moved up to 18.75. Not bad considering how big that game actually is. So now we're getting to the completed games, and Phantom Pain got to 23.26, Just Cause 3 23.53, Zombie U and Yakuza Like a Dragon ended up on 23.81, Unravel 2 was on 24.14, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and High on Life both on the same percentage. Then comes Stardew Valley, Cyberpunk, 5 games, Star Wars Squadrons, Red Dead Redemption 2, Titan Souls, Immortals, and Balatro. Then we've got Alan Wake and Sniper Elite 4 on the same. We've got Shifu, we got Helldivers 2, we got Transformers Devastation. Now on to the last bit, we're on to Evil West, Marvel Rivals, Red Faction, Dead Island Riptide, Mortal Shell, Warframe, Resident Evil 4, and what is at number 1 spot right now? It's Soma. Yeah, because there's so many little trophies in Soma. Same with Resident Evil 4. I think they've both got 12 trophies in the game, so even one trophy like boosts that percent a lot. I'm pretty proud of what I did there. There's some pretty big games. So now let's talk about what I rated the games of what I played and how much time I actually played for. So Persona 5, it was the Korean version, like I said, and I actually spent 4 hours playing Persona 5. I really enjoyed what I played as much as I could understand. Maybe if I got further in the game, I would enjoy it more, but I like what the game was, so I'm giving it an 8. Hollow Knight, I played for an hour and I give that an 8 too. I feel like if I got further into that game, I'd enjoy it more. Temtem, I played a lot of, 19 hours, and I gave that game a 7 out of 10. It's okay. There's lots of not great parts about the game, but something that is like Pokemon that's trying to innovate on some ideas that maybe Game Freak should put into the game. Not bad. Anyway, Metal Gear, I played 7 hours of that. Not bad to get to the trophy percentage, and I think that's a 10 out of 10. I really actually enjoyed this when I was playing. I don't like stealth games. I don't like Metal Gear games in general, and it could actually get me into playing Metal Gear in the future, but maybe I should finish this one first. But yeah, 10 out of 10 there. Just Cause 4 hours I played for that, and I got a 7 out of 10. I'm thinking I just enjoyed Just Cause 3 a little bit better. This one didn't feel as like free-flowing as Just Cause 3 did. I don't know, maybe people like this more than Just Cause 3, but I really like Just Cause 3. Zombie U, I played that for an hour to get the trophies on there, and I gotta give it a 5. It's fun in a way that it's a bit janky and stuff, but it's not a great experience. It's not a beautiful game too. So Yakuza, I played that for 4 hours and I'm giving that a 9. I really like Yakuza games. I don't think this is a 10 because I do actually prefer the normal combat in Yakuza games rather than the turn-based, but it's a solid game. Really like the story. Actually, maybe this could be a 10 too. If I finish the game, maybe this is a 10 too. Next one is Unravel, and I played this for 2 hours with my girlfriend. Me and her were so bored. We gave this a 3 out of 10 because Unravel 1 is pretty nice. It doesn't overstay its welcome. The levels are pretty nicely planned out. This is what we played. It just felt like it was dragging. Maybe the levels are a bit longer than they were in the first game, and it's like I would much rather have like tight, compact, like 5 to 10 minute levels than a big 15-20 minute level not filled with much, you know what I mean? Or like filled with too much. Next one, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I played this for an hour to get the trophies, and I've loved this game since I was a kid, so I've got to give this a 10. Yes, since I was a kid, my parents were cool. Next one, High on Life. I played that for an hour. Really easy to get the trophies in that game, and I've given it a 7 out of 10. It's not a bad game. Maybe High on Life 2 is going to be a bit better, but I enjoy it for what it is. But if Persona and Hollow Knight are an 8, I think that's high praise of High on Life. It's definitely not a 6. It's not a bad game. Stardew Valley, 4 hours, and I gotta give this a 10 out of 10. Stardew Valley's great. I don't know, I really enjoy it. It's just one of those experiences that is just like, it's peaceful. It's one of those cozy games that gets put on games nowadays. So Cyberpunk, I spent 7 hours in that game. Was really enjoying this one, so I gave it an 8 out of 10 too. Star Wars Squadrons, spent 4 hours on this. I think I spent like an hour just in the game lobby searching for a game before I decided to just play it against the computer because I could still get some of the trophies. And I'm giving this game a 6 out of 10. It's not bad. It's not bad. I think I'm just not a fan of just always being in the ship, always like flying around doing this stuff. Because you can do that in Star Wars Battlefront 2. You can do like the ship battles, and I got exactly the same feeling from this game as I did in Star Wars Battlefield 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, 5 hours, and I'm only giving it a 9 out of 10 because I haven't experienced the full thing yet. I've not even completed Chapter 2 because I've focused on the online trophies. Really need to come to this one day when I have more time in my life? Yes. Titan Souls, spent 2 hours in this game. Pretty fun actually, 7 out of 10. Immortals, 5 hours, and I think this is a 7 out of 10 too. Story really lets it down. It's a cool, interesting idea to have a first-person shooter but with magic. Balatro. Now, I spent 8 hours on this, getting the trophies. This game is so good. I love Balatro. This is my favorite game I played during this experience. I thought people were joking. When people were talking about this game and saying like, oh, it's so addictive, you just want to keep playing more. It's addictive. Next one, another great game too. Spent an hour in Alan Wake and I give this an 8 out of 10. Sniper Elite spent 4 hours and this is a 7 out of 10. Could be an 8 too, but I think I still prefer the zombie trilogy games a bit better. Shifu, I spent an hour in this and this is a 7 out of 10 too. I feel like maybe if I completed a bit more of this, I would enjoy it a bit more. Helldivers 2, 2 hours, 8 out of 10. This game's pretty solid. It's fun, isn't it? Transformers, 3 hours, and I give this a 6. It's okay. I feel like when I was younger, I played some better Transformers games, but I feel like I enjoyed those PS3 ones better than this one. But it's still a solid game. Evil West, 2 hours, and this is a 7 out of 10 too. Really beautiful looking, really fun. Marvel Rivals, 4 hours, and this is an 8 out of 10. Pretty fun. I do like those like kind of hero shooters. Played a bunch of Overwatch back in the day, and Marvel Rivals, jumping into this, pretty fun. Red Faction, 1 hour, and this is a 6 out of 10. It's a little bit dated. I still prefer Red Faction 2. Dead Island Riptide, 5 hours, and I'm so sorry, guys. I hate this game. I didn't enjoy this at all. 3 out of 10 for me. Maybe it's not a 3 out of 10, but I just... Thinking back to it, like, would I want to go, like, jump on my PlayStation right now and pick this game up? No, thank you. I just can't think of anything worse. So, Mortal Shell, 3 hours of this game played, 7 out of 10. Pretty solid game. Warframe, I spent 4 hours in this game. I was expecting to spend 10 hours in this game to get the 10 hours trophy. But like I said, I got the rifle and the sword proficiency trophy, so no issues at all there. And I give this a 7 out of 10. The more I played it, I wasn't enjoying it as much as I originally did, but maybe that will come back around. Resident Evil 4, spent an hour in that. Pretty fun game. I didn't actually play this when it came out. I think I was too young, too scared of these kinds of games. But yeah, I can see why, like, my uncle loves this game. I can see why he really enjoys it too. He's always told me to play it, and I should really finish it because it's pretty short, and I think the trophies for this game is like 15, 20 hours, so I could probably finish this off pretty easily. And Soma, I played 2 hours of that, and I give it a 7 out of 10 too. But yeah, that's how I felt about it all. Next, I think we should finish off this video with how did I feel about this whole experience. I played for 112 hours in total across all of these games, and then that's about 3 hours and 44 minutes a day. As you can tell, I have a full-time job, I have a partner, I have family, I have friends. Spending this much time doing this, not the best use of time in the world. I still had fun playing these games, but a challenge like this, it was a huge task to take on, and maybe on the weekend I was playing for like 10-12 hours in a row, especially that weekend I played like Metal Gear and something else. That brings me to the point, did I enjoy it? Yeah, I enjoyed playing the games as it was, but maybe it was to excess at some points. Maybe I could have had a bit more balance. So it's not only just playing the games, but it's also doing the editing and the recording day after day, and then sometimes you find out that the recording didn't come out that well. Whatever, like your voice wasn't picked up on the microphone as well or something, you've got to reshoot it at a different time. Anyway, it's been a whole big thing, but I'm gonna get better at that in the future. Didn't enjoy it so much. Maybe I could try a different kind of challenge, like finishing off the games, but I just wanted to try something that I hadn't seen really done on YouTube in the trophy community before, like just getting up to a certain point. So now I'm happy because all of these games have like moved down my list now and been replaced by other games in my backlog, and I can work through those and see what games I enjoyed there too, because coming back to this, love Metal Gear, love Balatro, I could see myself finishing those games in the future. So That's what was one of the good experience about it, is like finding the games that are kind of left behind. Would I recommend doing a challenge like this? Not really. Chopping and changing games every day, it's not great. It's nice to stick with an experience sometimes, you know what I mean? It's okay. It's okay for what it was, but this is the point where I want you to tell me what you think too. Like, did you enjoy this kind of video? Would you want to see me go through the pain of this again? So I've been Calazaki, and I make videos about trophies and gaming in general, and I kind of want to do like big challenges like this. So if you enjoyed this, let me know. Like, tell me in the comments, give me a like, give me a subscribe. I know it's a big task asking you guys to watch like an hour of this video too, but if you can watch as much of it as you can, that helps me out in the algorithm too. So thank you for that if you did, because I'm kind of learning how to do things, and I don't want to just copy off things everybody else is doing too. Like, give me a bit of constructive criticism, say like, oh, you could have done this way or something like this. Maybe like it dragged a little bit in this area. That is okay and totally fine to say to me, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I love trophies, and I want to make it interesting to more people outside of the fan base, just so like they can come into and get into trophies, because it's a great little hobby to have. I'm glad for the people that have been watching these videos. I've got nearly like 500 subscribers now, so I really appreciate that, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and if you really did get this far in the video, wow, thank you so much. I guess I'll see you in the next video, which will be a lot shorter than this. Can you imagine if it's like 5 hours long, the next one? But no, it'll be a lot shorter than this. I've been Calazaki. See you in the next one. Bye.